looking at Fantasy Foot Fabian, you can see here 88 rated, 6'2", medium, left-footed, 4-star, 4-star. Can play centre mid or CDM, and he's got some really nice rounded stats without any of the upgrades. You can see there, fantastic composure, ball control, good agility and balance, fantastic short pass, really good shooting and finishing for a midfielder as well. And how it works, if he makes 3 appearances out of 6, he gets a +1. If he gets 2 goals or 2 assists, he'll get 6 games, he'll get a +1 as well. So either a goal or assist, or 2 assists or 2 goals. They win 1 game out of 6, he gets a +1. And if they avoid a defeat, he'll get a +1 as well, +3 traits. We'll go through the fixtures, whether he starts, and what I think his possible upgrades will be. In terms of traits, we've got finesse shot and outside the foot shot, which are 2 of the best traits in the game. We'll have a look at chemstyles pricing, what I thought about the card, and much more at the end of the review on Footbin. That being said, let's go jump into some gameplay, but have a word from today's sponsor first. Are you tired of playing sweat teams like this? Make sure you go to Alt Nice, select Foot 23 coins, choose which console and how many coins you'd like to buy, select your payment method, and don't forget to add code NANIC for 6% off on all orders. So with Fabian today, we are playing in our 4-2-2 system. It's going to be our box-to-box centre mid next to Team of the Year Xabi Alonso. So his main job is, if he does any defensive work, of course, win the tackles, but mainly to drive forward and open up this pocket of space. So we have 5 attackers, essentially. 2 wingers, 2 strikers. And he's going to be in this sort of role here, just sitting in the middle of that space, trying to find the pocket of space to play the ball through or get through on goal. Not really expecting him to score that many today, maybe assists, but mainly his work effort inside the midfield. The thing I like about this card is the potential to get so many upgrades. That's a poor pass from me. And that's what I'm really surprised about them giving us a PSG card in particular, because we all know that in Liga and it's very 1 or 2 team dominant and not much else. We do drive him forward here though. That's exactly where we want him. Lovely pass, Mbappe, and a great save from the goalkeeper. That's exactly how we're going to be playing him there. In terms of set pieces, we'll see how good he is, if he's any good at penalties as well. So in terms of set pieces, he's actually quite bad. So we won't be taking any of them. Even penalties, he's not the best at either. So we're going to drive it to the top. Find Fabian here. Take this long shot. Oh, it's blocked. Unfortunately, do get the rebound. Bit of skill. In terms of skill moves, execution, he feels very good and responsive. A little bit clunkier than I would have liked, but that's just the first couple of minutes. That's a bit of a bad skill move there. We do manage to keep the ball, though. That's a couple of things I'm noticing right from the start. As we do manage to try and find him again. Fabian this time. Try and test that outside the foot shot if we can. Outside the foot shot, and a good save. But you can see how there he's just keeping the pressure in, because he's got good defensive stats as well, and with a shadow one, of course. It means that we have got ourselves a really good attacking / defensive cam. So what I mean by that is he was going to win the ball nice and high for us to keep that pressure. That's a really good pass from up. Oh, lovely play. And we got the cutback. And we haven't scored from that. I can't believe it. But what a drive there from Fabian as he manages to make his way through. And his passing's really, really good. Like here, straight away driving into that space. Wants it back. That's a poor pass from Cruyff that time. But you can see even his recovery speed to get back into position. He's already back in the defensive role that we need him to be. Picking up that ball from deep. And now we can drive forward with him again. Really good left foot on him, which is his dominant foot. Trying to find that space. Fabian on the ball. Bit of skill. Can he get a shot off left foot? And a great finish. And that's exactly what we want from a card like this. Is his ability to pick the ball up from deep. One pass in. Overlap with the run, sit in the box to give us an extra option and get the trigger off there to get a goal. Should have had a couple assists with him already, but we have got the goal we've been looking for. And so far, so good from this card. Fabian straight away into the pass across. Little 1-2, going to go out wide. In terms of actual distribution, he's really good at this pass. Like from deep here. Got Ronaldinho on the man. Again, finds it perfectly into the box and try to do an Alaska to get away there. But you can see he can do those driven passes in if you need him to. Great defensive presence, keeping that pressure on. Now he's used the recovery to get back. And again, forcing that pass early. Picking a loose ball up, and again, we're transitioning straight away. And that's a mad tackle. Get away from the tackle. Bit of skill moves past 2. Fabian, and a great save again. I take back what I said about the skill moves. He doesn't feel that bad on them at all. I've accidentally passed this too early. He doesn't feel that bad at all. He actually feels quite responsive. Maybe it's just a bit of heavy gameplay at the start. But we should be a couple goals up already. There he is. What a ball to Jarzinho. And there's another assist and the vision from him. This is his right foot this time, not his left foot. Being his weak foot. And that was an absolutely perfectly weighted over the top through ball. Beats the eye, the high line there, and gets another assist. Well, an assist, I should say, not another, because we should have had another, but we haven't. But you can see just how he's dominating our midfield. And dominating the opponent as well. Basically, every attack is being stemmed from him. Little 1-2s into these spaces. working our way through, managed to find the space, and basically dragging our opponent now is what we want him to do. Let's go, counter-attack. Fabian already right. That's a terrible pass from Xabi Alonso. Do you manage to pick up a loose pass from our opponent? Can we find Cruyff with the right foot? Of course we can, and a bad touch from me there, but you can see his passing is unbelievable. Fabian driving into that space again. Little 1-2 layoff. Can we find him on the run? Got a bit of work to do. Lovely cutback, and there is the miss. God, I can't believe it. But you can see even with the misses from my bad finishing, he's still given us so many opportunities in that space. Again, there he is. Gonna take a long range shot. Off the post. Can we cut it in from here? Oh, never mind. Wow. We should be about 8 or 9 up. And that is half time. So far, incredibly impressed by this card. A PSG midfielder who we've got hundreds of. But this one really stands out. We had Vitinha, future star. I was really impressed. But look at this. 31 dribbles, 28 complete. 5 shots, 3 on target. We just hit the post from outside the box as well. Unbelievable passing. 26 out of 23 passing. And then 1 of 1 tackles, 1 as well. So he's been dominating the midfield. Really responsive on the dribble. Fantastic at passing. Little bit, I mean, he's good at skill moves. He's a little bit slower than I would like, but that is to be expected with someone of his height and his body type, etc. But if you want someone to play box-to-box cam or even a CDM who's going to push forward a little bit, he is definitely your man. Let alone if he gets a +3 or a +4, we could be looking at a seriously good card. Fabian beats the offside trap. Right foot finish. Off the post again. That is... I've never had a game where I've missed so many easy chances. The absolute build-up play is phenomenal. Pass into the space. Now we've got options. Going to use him as a run through the middle if we can. Of course we can. Going to have to sweat it. I'm sorry. And there is another assist again. Perfect positioning from him. Fantastic link up and a great goal there. Would have said he would have finished it, which he probably would, but my finishing today has been absolutely shocking. Oh, I tried to do no-look pass into the screen gap, but good tackle from Fabian there. Keeping that pressure on near the end of the game, and that's something we like to see and force him into a bad pass. His defensive presence up really high up the field is absolutely crushing our opponent in terms of that. What I mean by that is he's keeping that pressure up all the time. So we do get ourselves a good cross. That's not a bad ball there. Can we get on the end of it? We can, and what a save. He's keeping that pressure in their box, so we're not giving him a chance to get out. And because his defensive stats are so high as well, being that high up the field, he's just giving us so many options. We get one more touch. Long range shot. Again, it's a poor shot from me. But he's just been dominating the entire game. So good. I think that's going to be the game. Let's go jump onto Footbin. So to look at PSG's fixtures quickly, they start from Rennes. They have Rennes, then Lyon, then Nice, then Lens, then Angers, and then Lorient is their last game. So I've had a little look, and Fabian starts basically every game if he's not injured. The problem he has, he's had 17 appearances, 1 goal, 1 assist, and it came in the same game. So he doesn't really get that many assists or goals, which is crazy to say with the front three they have, but I kind of understand as well. So that being said, I'd imagine PSG are definitely going to win at least 1 of the games out of the 6, so that's going to be a +1. Plus, all the 3 appearances he's going to get out of 6 games, that's a +2. Whether they be undefeated or not is one of those with PSG, because they go for a phase of absolutely dominating Ligue 1 and then they randomly just lose a game to Monaco, for example. I know Monaco's a good team, but just an example. So we shall see with PSG. But he could potentially have a minimum of +3 if everything goes that way, which would make him 91 rated, which is ridiculous. We had a shadow on him. Now it's just to make him more into a defensive presence, because I already knew how I was going to play him in attacking. The only thing I would say is negative about him is he doesn't have a high attacking work rate. For me, that's a little bit frustrating. I don't like medium that much. Or he doesn't have a high defensive work rate because we want to keep him back. But depending on his upgrade, so let's say he only gets a +1 overall, but +2s on all of his stats, you could then look at doing different chem styles. If you wanted to play him as a cam, I'd probably go for a hunter, to be honest. Just to maximise that pace and that shooting. Having that finishing up to 92 is unbelievable. His passing's already so good it doesn't need to be touched. I know a few people would probably recommend engine as well to boost up that agility and balance, but I'll be honest with you, being 6'2" and high average, he does feel a little bit clunky, but there isn't enough to worry about, in my opinion, to worry about if he can basically do the job with less dribbling. He feels responsive enough. If you can do the step over drag or any of the RB or R1 sort of dribbling, he's going to be fine for you. His passing is really good. Left foot, right foot, honestly doesn't really matter. The only other negative I'd say is maybe just being controlled, but that's a new gen thing. I would like him to either be explosive or lengthy personally, but that's just me being really, really picky. Depending on his upgrades is depending what chemstyles would do, but I will do reviews on his upgrades as he gets them. If you have any more questions, comment down below. If you're new to the channel, hit that like button and subscribe, and I'll hopefully catch you in the next one. See you.